All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about how an AI actually gets smart. How does it learn to make the perfect decision? Well, there's a process for that, a kind of secret sauce called Generalized Policy Iteration. And believe me, it's behind everything from game-playing bots to maybe even self-driving cars one day. So, here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the big picture why. Then, we'll use a super simple analogy to make it all click. After that, we'll look at the main components, see how they all dance together, and then we'll wrap up with the one key thing you should walk away with. Sound good? Let's jump in. Okay, first things first. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of how this works, let's talk about the why. What's the actual problem we're even trying to solve here? Look, the big challenge in what we call reinforcement learning isn't just about teaching an AI a plan. Anyone can do that. The real trick is finding the optimal one, the single best strategy out of, a bazillion different possibilities. It's the difference between just playing the game and absolutely mastering it. And that's where Generalized Policy Iteration, or GPI, comes in. This is the engine, the playbook, that takes an AI from just randomly trying stuff to having a strategy that's actually smart and successful. It's the master plan for getting better. Now, to make this whole thing feel really intuitive, let's just forget about AI completely for a minute. We can actually understand this whole concept by thinking about something we've all done, trying to perfect a recipe. So imagine you've got this family soup recipe. It's good, it's pretty good. But you just have this feeling deep down that it could be great. That desire to improve, that's the exact same spot our AI agent finds itself in. So in the world of AI, an agent's plan is called a policy. Don't let the word scare you. It's just a fancy term for its current strategy. It's the soup recipe. For any situation the AI runs into, the policy just tells it, okay, here's what you do next. But here's the thing. How do you know if your recipe is any good in the first place? Well, you've got to score it, right? You do a taste test. And that's the value function. It's just a way of answering the question, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is this recipe really? Okay, so this whole idea of generalized policy iteration is really built on just two key ingredients. Two simple steps that are constantly alternating, and they map perfectly to our whole soup-making adventure. First up, you have policy evaluation. This is literally the taste test. You just follow the recipe exactly as it's written, and you figure out how good the soup is right now. Then you have policy improvement. Now, this isn't just a random change. This is the tweak. You look at your taste test results and you make the single most obvious improvement you can think of. If the soup is bland, what do? You add salt. You make the greedy choice, the one that gives you the biggest, best result right away. But this is where the real magic happens. These two steps, tasting and tweaking, they don't just happen one time. They are locked in this constant, never-ending dance, a feedback loop that creates genuine learning. You see, an AI doesn't just taste the soup once and tweak it once and then call it a day. No way. It's a constant cycle. Making the recipe a little better, that's the policy, leads to a more accurate taste test, that's the value function, and that better taste test in turn helps you make an even smarter tweak to the recipe. They just feed off each other, back and forth. So the process is beautifully simple when you think about it. You evaluate your current plan, you taste the soup. Then you make the single best improvement you can based on that taste test. You tweak the recipe. And then you just do it again. Taste, tweak, taste, tweak. Each little cycle pushes that recipe closer and closer to perfection. And that whole interaction, that dance between evaluation and improvement, constantly pushing each other to get better and better, that is generalized policy iteration. So you see, GPI isn't some single complicated algorithm. It's this general, really powerful idea of two forces, judging and improving, working together to find the best possible answer. All right, so after all of that, what's the one thing, the one core lesson you should really take away from all this? If you only remember one thing, let it be this. GPI is just a dance between judging your plan and improving it, repeated over and over and over again until you just can't make it any better. It's this simple, elegant loop that's really at the heart of all intelligent learning. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on, right? If learning is just this constant loop of judging and improving, in a world that's always changing, where the rules of the game might shift or the ingredients in your kitchen might change, can you ever really be done learning? Maybe that dance never truly ends.